Details of sections covered. Section 1. Artisan tools used in traction distribution depots. Section 2. Important OHE parameters to be observed during OHE maintenance. Section 3. Safety precautions to be taken while working on OHE. Section 4. Safety precautions while working on tower wagons. Section 5. TIRFA testing in OHE depots and usage of some important OHE tools. Section 1. Artisan tools used in traction distribution depots. Toolkit for lineman, OHE. Ball pen hammer, screwdriver, adjuster spanner, measuring tape, plumb bob, combination pliers, double open-end spanner set, ring spanner set, nose pliers. Tower wagon. It is a wagon or motor truck with an adjustable lifting and swiveling platform on which workmen can stand when maintaining overhead wires and equipment. List of tools to be maintained at tower wagons. Screwdriver, adjuster spanner, measuring tape, plumb bob, combination pliers, double open-end spanner set, ring spanner set, nose pliers, earthing discharge rod, DO fuse operating rod, single pulley block 3.5 by 1/2 inch groove fiber for drawal off contract catenary wire, pipe wrench, screwdriver, D-shackle set, hacksaw frame, steel slings with eye, each end 19 mm dia, contact wire splicing jig, bench vise, grease gun, bond twister, round file, flat file, triangular file, dynamometer, copper hammer, Manila rope, pulling and lifting machine 2.5 ton, 1.5 ton with 20 meter rope, pulling and lifting machine 5 ton, 3 ton, plunger, Russian lever hoist 3 ton, single sleeve pulley block 3.5 by 1/2 inch groove steel, double sleeve pulley bar, universal come-along clamp, come-along clamps for aluminum spider conductor 20 mm, catenary or dropper wire cutter, torch light, spirit level, slewing gadget, standard BT and large BT, contract wire twister cum bender, walkie-talkie sets 2 watt output, thermometer, micrometer, vernier calipers, auto-ranging digital multimeter, wooden hammer, kink remover, color signal lamp, bucket, powder, shovel, axe, portable emergency telephone, aluminum ladders 8 meter, 11 meter, 3 meter, tools to be kept in truck or lorry for ladder gang, earthing discharge rod, DO fuse operating rod, single pulley block 3.5 by 1/2 inch groove fiber for drawal of contract catenary wire, double open end spanner set, ring spanner set, screwdriver, D-shackle set, hacksaw frame, crowbar, nylon rope, manila rope, portable emergency telephone, aluminium ladders 8 meter, 11 meter, 3 meter, thermometer, pulling and lifting machine 2.5 ton, 1.5 ton with 20 meter rope, Russian lever hoist 3 ton, universal come-along clamp, contact wire cutter, double sleeve pulley bar, measuring tape, screwdriver, combination pliers, nose pliers, contact wire splicing jig, plumb bob, ball pen hammer, wooden hammer, contract wire twister cum bender, plunger, bucket, powder, motor pan, shovel, axe. Tools to be kept in OHE depot: screwdriver, adjuster spanner, measuring tape, double open end spanner set, ring spanner set, earthing discharge rod, DO fuse operating rod, single pulley block 3.5 by 1/2 inch groove fiber for drawal of contract catenary wire, pipe wrench, screwdriver, D-shackle set, hacksaw frame, steel slings with eye, each end 19 mm dia, bench vise, grease gun, bond twister, round file, flat file, triangular file, dynamometer, nylon rope, manila rope, double sleeve pulley bar, center punch, micrometer, vernier calipers, portable tree cutting machine, hydraulic crimping machine, mega, infrared heat tracer, bond making jig, rail hole drilling machine, dropper making jig. Section 2. Important OHE parameters to be observed during OHE maintenance. Contact wire height. It is measured from rail level. Operating rod, fiber tape. Plumb bob are used for measuring contact wire height. Regulated OHE. It is the arrangement in which the OHE is stretched in between two ATD auto tensioning devices on both sides of termination. The tension on the catenary and contact wire is maintained constant at all temperatures with the help of ATD. Normal height of contact wire at support point for regulated OHE 5.60 meter, pre-sag of 100 mm. Normal height of contact wire at support point for regulated OHE 5.55 meter, pre-sag of 50 mm. Unregulated OHE. The arrangement will have ATD auto tensioning device on one side of termination and FTA fixed termination anchor on other side of termination, or both the ends of OHE are directly terminated to masts. Mid-span height of contact wire changes according to temperatures and not constant. Normal height of contact wire at support point for unregulated OHE 5.75 meter. Temperature range 4 degrees to 65 degrees Celsius. Normal height of contact wire at support point for unregulated OHE 5.65 meter. Temperature range 15 to 65 degrees Celsius. Minimum height of contact wire at loco inspection pit 5.8 meter. Minimum height of contact wire at level crossing 5.5 meter. Height of the height gauge at level crossing 4.67 meter. The minimum distance between the boom of height gauge and the ground should be taken as the height of height gauge. Minimum height of contact wire at overline structure 4.92 meter. Diameter of new contact wire 12.24 millimeter. Due to continuous swiveling and contact with the pantograph of electric locomotive, the diameter of the contact wire will decrease. Condemned diameter of contact wire on main line 8.25 mm. Condemned diameter of contact wire on loop lines or yard lines 8 mm. Implantation. It is the measurement of the horizontal distance from the nearest face of traction mast to the center line of the track. The distance of two rails in broad gauge track is 1.676 meter. Half of this length is 84 centimeter. As implantation is measured from center line to track, we take 84 centimeter on inside rail and measure the distance of face of mast. Minimum implantation at obligatory structure, mast supporting more than 1 OHE 3 meter. Normal implantation standard 2.5 meter to 2.80 meter. Minimum implantation critical with CEE approval 2.36 meter. To measure implantation on platform, a plug bob, a fiber tape, a long stick of suitable length is used. Minimum implantation on platform 4.75 meter. Earthing arrangements are provided on railway platforms. This arrangement connects all the metallic structures on platform to an earth pit having an earth electrode. The resistance at earth pit is measured using an equipment called Megger. Earthing resistance of FOB, ROB, girders, bridges, platform shed and other overline structures 10 ohm. Stagger. Stagger of the contact wire is the horizontal distance of the contact wire from the vertical plane through the center of the pantograph pan at the contact surface. Stagger of contact wire on tangent track plus minus 200 mm. Stagger of contact wire at curved track plus minus 300 mm. Stagger of catenary wire on tangent track at support for single cantilever 0. Overlap. The continuity between two consecutive tension lengths is maintained by an arrangement which is known as overlap. Gap between two parallel running contact wires at uninsulated overlap 200 mm. Gap between parallel running contact wires at insulated overlap 500 mm. Turnout. In turnout arrangement, the pantograph shifts from mainline OHE and catches turnout OHE. Contact wire of turnout OHE passes above the mainline OHE. Height of contact wire of turnout OHE above contact wire of the mainline OHE 5 cm. Crossover. The arrangement which connects two different tracks is called as crossover. Section insulator is provided in case of mainline crossover. Track separation at turnout and crossover at the location of obligatory structure 150 to 700 mm. Section insulator. A device installed in the contact wire for insulating two elementary electric sections from each other while providing a continuous path for the pantograph without break of current. Swept zone clearance of section insulator at trailing side 1.726 meter. Swept zone clearance of section insulator at facing side 1.6 meter. Jumpers. C-jumper, also known as in-span jumper. C-jumper are provided between catenary wire and contact wire. Cross-section are 50 mm square. Length of C-jumper wire 1.7 meters. F-jumper, also known as potential equalizing jumper. F-jumpers are provided at insulated overlaps to balance the potential between in-run live OHE and out-of-run dead OHE. Cross-section 50 mm square. Length of F-jumper wire 1.6 meters. G-jumper, also known as continuity jumper. G-jumper are provided at uninsulated overlaps to provide continuous paths for electric supply. Cross-section area 105 mm square. Length of G-jumper wire 3.5 to 4.2 meters. Section 3. Safety precautions to be taken while working on OHE. While carrying out maintenance of OHE, precautions are to be taken to ensure safety of the working personnel. A special precaution to be taken by staff while working maintenance on OHE using ladder. It is important that staff who ask for power block should know the correct method of identifying and describing any section of OHE where shutdown is required. Whenever there is a doubt in the description, the person asking for power block shall state clearly the track and the structure numbers between which work is to be done. Only authorized person should obtain permit to work on OHE. For this, he must give a requisition to traction power controller duly specifying the section in which he has to work, time required for his maintenance and request shutdown. No work shall be done above or within a distance of 2 meters from the live OHE. After obtaining permit to work, discharge or earthing pole assembly shall be provided on dead OHE. The cable of earth pole should be checked for healthiness of strands and renewed if more than 20% strands are broken. The cable of earth pole shall be flexible and should have adequate cross-section to withstand short-circuit currents. For providing earth on the OHE, verify that the mast to which earth rod is to be fixed is having structure bond and check healthiness of bond. Fix the earthing clamp securely to a mast at least one span away. Earthing clamps should always be fixed to the traction rail or mast first. and then the top clamp must be tested on RT or BT and hooked to the contact wire. Each working gang shall be protected by at least 2 independent earths, one on each side. Men shall be deputed on both sides of the site of work to warn the working party of any approaching train on the same track and adjacent track. If the distance between the working gang exceeds 100 meters, intermediate earths shall be provided in such a manner as to ensure that the distance between earths does not exceed 100 meters. Ropes made of cotton or jute with ladders should be used. Use of metallic ropes is prohibited. All the staff should wear helmets to protect their heads against any tools or equipment which may drop down accidentally. Staff should wear rubber shoes while working. Staff should protect themselves against an inadvertent fall by wearing a safety belt for supporting themselves by a rope sling. It is important to note that ladders should not be allowed to fall on or rest against the contact wire. Ladder should be always allowed to fall on catenary wired towards the mast side. A ladder should be held by one person on the ground to prevent slipping. Always provide 20 by 16 dia GI bolt and step-up ladder, which is used for pull lift and extension step. More than one person shall not normally be allowed on a ladder as far as possible. Climbing on a ladder with wet or slippery footwear is forbidden. A rope should be used to pass tools or any equipment to the man working on a ladder. Do not stand on contact wire while working, resulting kink. Ensure that working personnel should not stand directly below a work spot under a ladder. Ropes, pulleys, pull lifts, come along clamps, T-shackles and T-furs, etc. should be tested once in 6 months at least in the presence of SE or JE TRD and record of such tests maintained in each depot. Once the work in OHE is completed, then all the men should get down and all the material used are to be shifted away from the OHE. For removing the earthing, first remove the hook of discharge rod on the OHE and then the clamp fixed to the rail or mast. All messages relating to shutdown and restoration of power supply, permits to work, etc. issued over the telephone shall invariably be supported by exchange of private numbers and repeated twice. No fallen wires shall be touched unless power is switched off and the wire suitably earthed. Do not tie the rope on rail without taking traffic block. Staff should not sit under the ATD, balance weight. In electrified track, steel tape or metallic tape or tape with woven metal reinforcement should not be used. Only PVC fiberglass tape shall be used. When work is to be carried out on an isolator, both sides of the isolator should be earthed at 2 points. Even when earthing is provided by isolator switches with earthing heels, additional temporary earths shall also be provided both sides of the isolator at 2 points. Use of old ladder having less strength should be avoided. Section 4. Safety precautions while working on tower wagons. Authorization. Tower wagon shall not be operated by any person unless he is specifically trained and authorized for tower wagon driving. Tower wagon driver should have competency certificate, knowledge of the section on which the wagon is to be operated, and conversant with with the operation and maintenance of tower wagon. Tower wagon shall be driven at a speed not exceeding 10 km per hour when checking contact wire level and stagger. If the tower wagon is driven for other than recording operations, the speed should not exceed the design speed subjected to the speed restrictions imposed in the section. Ensure that wooden wedges are provided at both sides of tower wagon wheels during stationary condition, along with handbrake or parking brake applied. Driver shall always stop the tower wagon ahead of all turnouts, crossovers, insulated overlaps and section insulators first, and then proceed only after ensuring that the section ahead is dead and earthed. Pantograph operation. Ensure that pantograph base frame mounted on the roof of the tower wagon is electrically bonded to the underframe by means of a cable connection. Both ends of this cable connection should be checked regularly. After inspection and checking, the pantograph shall be lowered and secured or clamped by means of special clamp by an authorized person not lower in rank than a technician working on the tower wagon. Ensure that the pantograph does not enter a section where the OHE is live, such as insulated overlap, crossover, section insulator, etc. During live line inspection or checking by tower wagon, ensure that no power block has been granted in section head by traction power controller (TPC). CNW examination. A monthly mechanical inspection of the bogies and running gear of tower wagon shall be done by a nominated CNW supervisor of the mechanical department. He shall inspect important arrangements of tower cars such as spring, brakes, axle, coupling screw, buffer. Tower wagon in charge SE or JE will advise the CNW concerned the date on which it is required to be inspected and running repairs shall be carried out. Tower wagon in charge SE or JE should ensure that this monthly advice is issued regularly and the tower wagon is offered for inspection and attention every month. CNW supervisor shall submit a certificate of tower car fitness after his inspection. Operation of lifting and swiveling platform. A generator is mounted in tower car to operate lifting platform. The lifting and swiveling platform shall normally lie in the fully lowered position along the length of the tower wagon. It shall be raised or lowered only when the tower wagon is stationary. The platform shall be moved out of the normal position only when the tower wagon is stationary. Tower wagon shall be moved only after the platform has been put back in the normal position. Ensure the total weight of working personnel and material should not be more than 500 kilograms on raised platform. Working with tower wagon. After obtaining permit to work, that is PTW, ensure power supply of concerned elementary section is switched off and OHE earthed before commencing the work. Climb on roof of tower wagon only after obtaining permit to work PTW from TPC. If traffic block is taken, ensure that written memo or authority has been taken from concerned ASM on duty. Always use industrial helmet and shoes during work at tower wagon. 2 discharge rods must be provided on both ends of contact wire of working personnel. Ensure that working personnel faces are in the direction of tower wagon movement during checking by tower wagon to avoid accident. In tower wagon, necessary tools and materials as per the approved list should be available for maintenance of OHE and attending breakdowns. Splice of contact and catenary wire must be done by tower wagon. Section 5. TIRFA testing in OHE depots and usage of some important OHE tools. Tools that are kept and maintained in OHE depot are tested in scheduled intervals to ensure their fitness and find out defective if any. Following process is followed for TIRFA testing. TIRFAs are used to take load of OHE if required while doing maintenance. TIRFA testing is done by attaching TIRFA in between two fixed structures using TIRFA rope, slings and D-shackles. A dynamometer is attached to TIRFA and gradual load is applied. Dynamometer shows the tension developed in the TIRFA and care should be taken that this does not exceed maximum value. Observation is made whether TIRFA withstanding the prescribed tension. Pull lift. Pull lift is used to take load and lift the OHE conductors in tension. Process of pull lift testing is same as that of TIRFA. How some important OHE tools are used. ASCA lamps. These are portable, inflatable emergency lighting system used in OHE breakdowns when daylight is insufficient. The system consists of inbuilt genset of 1.2 kVA, 2 blowers, 400 watt metal halide lamp, first, the user has to switch on the genset and then blowers to inflate the cloth at a height of 4.5 meters from the ground level. Further, we switch on the lamp which illuminates an area. Operating rod. These are fiber-made rods which are used to take height measurements from OHE. Poles of the operating rod is joined to obtain desired length. Contact wire height measurement can be taken by using operating rod. This fiber-made rod is used to place or remove dropout fuses at auxiliary transformers. Discharge rod. When OHE is shut down, then a discharge rod in good condition is provided on dead OHE to earth the induction effects. It is important to make sure that cable strands are intact and structure bond is in good condition. Discharge rod is clamped onto the mast and held onto the contact wire. Dropper making jig. Dropper in OHE are used to transfer load of contact wire onto catenary wire, which are 5 mm dropper, and to hold the register tube in horizontal position which are 7 mm dropper. Droppers are manufactured in OHE depot and lengths of dropper are decided according to span length. Dropper consists of two parts. Fixed part of 105 mm whose length is constant. Variable part whose length varies according to span length. Bond making jig. Bond is an electrical connection between two nails or any structure to rail. These are used for any short circuit current near mast, decreased resistance of track as a whole. Different types of bonds of suitable lengths are manufactured using bond making jig in OHE depots. Contact wire twister. Used for twisting contact wire and bending wherever necessary. Micrometer. Used for measuring thickness of conductors. Diameter of contact wire is measured by micrometer. Kink remover. Used for removing kinks, minor bendings in copper contact wire. Ladder. They are attached by ropes for extending ladder up and down. Extension type ladders are used by OHE maintenance batches.